Okay, good morning guys. Here we are Monday morning. To be honest, move paperwork out the way. Bit of a problem. Out with the family. Where's my door opening? Out on the family on over the weekend, which was lovely. Don't get me wrong, they were fantastic. Trouble is though, we came back and the dog, sorry, it took a bit of time to start up. The dog has decided to eat the post. Now, the problem with that is, if I just sit there, no, I'm not going to drive off with it sat there because it'll never make it. The problem is that tracking card, there's a customs charge on it. I'm not expecting anything apart from the Anubis Stormtrooper suit, which technically I think is coming on a courier, so I'm not thinking it's that. So I have no idea what we're about to pick up. All I know is a £26 customs charge, because that was on a minute little bit of paper that the dog hadn't eaten. Okay, and it was basically a collection job, so they weren't going to release it till it's paid. So I'm not even sure what it is. It may be that somebody's not paid the postage, and that's what I'm going to have to go and do, or it could be something else like that. I would have thought if it had been the Anubis thing, it would have come on a courier, so I'm not expecting that one. So what I've got now is literally a couple of forms of ID. I've got part of a tracking number which just ends in 41CU. That's all I've managed to recover from it. I tried to phone up Royal Mail and they were like, well, because you haven't got any sort of details of the parcel, we can't just do it off of your postcode. Your best bet is to go down to the sorting office, because if that's where they've left the card, they'll have it there and can literally go and have a look at it for you. Just take a couple of forms of ID and they should be able to sort you out. So we've now got to drive all the way down there and see if they can find it for us. Anyway, you guys like coming with me, so we'll stick the old camera on here, or hopefully if I can get this to do this again. I'm not sure if it'll, last time it worked quite well. We'll try it again, hold on. So I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll give it a whirl. Let's beep 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 beep, go down and see if we can't get it sorted. Yeah, lots of bleeps. So this place we're going is called Newton Abbot, for you guys who don't know where it is or live around here. Hopefully the camera's going to stay there, it's a bit bumpy here. And it's 6 miles down the road, and this is our local town. This is not exactly my perfect start to a Monday, because quite frankly it's a bit of a nightmare. I wanted to be streaming this morning, but because of this, and I'm just worried what it could be, I'm thinking that it's probably better we go and have a look for it and get it sorted. And to be honest, I've got loads of deliveries coming in today, but Mel's at home, and to be honest, Liam's at home as well till midday, so they can babysit the place whilst I run off and try and get all of this. So they're trying to fix the water main that blew there the other day. You can sit there. Come on, you're gonna have to push through. Come on, come on, come on. We will sit here all day. Come on. Oh, what? Come on. He's obviously not going, that's why he's not moving. Get a wiggle on. Thank you. Right, okay. So I hope you guys all had a great weekend. I did. I had the family down, literally 10 of us. So we were off and about, and some very nice weather. Went to the beach, which is always nice to do last thing in the end of the year. Red light. Okay. So the plan this week is to literally try and get the Chieftain completely finished. If we can get that finished, that would be lovely. Gonna do the tracks by pigment and paint instead of trying to burnish, which, to be honest, I think if you're doing World War II and rusty old things, then probably burnishing is the way to go. But certainly from what we were doing, I don't think it's much cop for that. Anyway, we're going to catch every light on the way down now. Okay. Here we go. yeah, I want to get the Chieftain completely finished. So I'm going to focus on that this week, and I would like to get that 72nd scale SU27 done. And you guys have given such great feedback about loving things like that and seeing how that's done. What I'm going to do is I'm probably going to concentrate on a few 1/72nd scale bits and do those as live streams. And for the minute, the bigger stuff like the 48th and 32nd scale stuff, probably going to do those as the more polished reviews and ways of doing it, and the actual video builds, purely because there's just so much more you have to do. You know, you've actually got the you know, sanding and filling, and if you know, not being funny, being bored to death watching me do that, I think it's a little bit different. So that's my plan. So I'm probably going to do that MiG-29, that one I reviewed on Friday, because it's in the more modern colour schemes and all the rest of it. So I'm going to get hold of some more MRP paint, because I am loving that stuff for it, and I'm probably going to get a few different colours as well. I'm hoping that the new UK distributor will have them in stock by then, and we can do that. But you guys seem to be loving the 72nd scale stuff. I'm certainly enjoying it, but this week is just going to be a thing of finishing absolutely everything off. I'd like to get most things done if we can, so I'd like us to be in a situation where we've got the SU27 is done and completed, we've got the Chieftain is done and completed, and then obviously the Dolphin helicopter pretty much there as well, because obviously we'll be live with Steve this Saturday coming, and we'll be going through the motions of doing all of that, and basically finishing off everything. So next week, on next Monday, it will be a brand new fresh start, and I intend to focus solely on the Big in Japan SIG, because I want to push on obviously with that Bandai Gundam kit, and I want to do the Hasegawa 1/48 scale Mitsubishi F1, because I quite fancy doing the camo and the various bits on that, and it's in like special markings with a nice tail. Really like the idea of that one, so I want to get that one done, and then after that I've got an idea which I'm going to run by you guys anyway. I'll talk about it a little bit later on in the show, but if you remember back 5 years now, we actually did the Tamiya, brand new at the time, P51 Mustang, and if you remember, we actually used buffable paint on it everywhere. I don't think it's brilliant. I think it's probably more mess and dirt and grime than it's actually worth, but certainly I think it's one of those things where you know, we could be able to strip it back and repaint it with some of the more newer products that we've had now over the last few years, i.e. we can do it in AK metallizers, or we could do it in Vallejo metallizers, but instead of having to build an entire new model, we completely strip back, so we can show you about stripping back a model completely, and obviously getting the decals off, all the paint off, back down to primer, fixing any problems that we might come across that we didn't tackle before, stuff like that, and doing that one. So that is the idea with that. I'm just thinking it might be quite a nice touch to show all those things, and then we'll go back through the process of remasking, repainting, redecaling and refinishing and weathering a P51 in 1/32nd scale, because to be honest, I always look at it in my cabinet and think, could have done a better job, shouldn't have done it. I know we tend to do things as firsts, so we're sort of like, right, okay, well let's do, you know, using buffable paints. They were the thing of the time, they were new out and we wanted to use them, but actually I think you still can't beat something like an Alclad or an AK Extreme Metal for doing a metal finish, because it goes through that one. So that will tie in very nicely with the metal aircraft SIG that's going on at the moment. Although it's not a full build, it will show you the important bit, which in our case is obviously using the metals and the bits and pieces like that. So I'm just quite excited about doing that. It'll be quite nice. So I must admit, I got it out on Friday and I was having a look at it when I got the sort of idea, and thought, I know, if we was to do that, it will give us a nice opportunity to do sort of, you know, that natural metal finish again and all the bits and pieces like that. Yep, what's going on here? Does a bus even stop here? I don't think there's even a bus stop here. Okay, no, just dropping one off. So we are now just entering Newton Abbot, for you guys who are somewhat interested in it. I hope you guys can see everything down there. Newton Abbot is a very old market town. It's been around, God, a very long time. Used to have quite a large railway depot here, which is actually, we're about to drive past some of it. It's huge. It took up quite a large part of the town. It's got a river. There's a very nice river that runs through the middle of it, which then goes to an estuary, which goes down to the beach, which is really nice down at Teignmouth, which is another probably 10 minutes on from here. so that's all very nice. I've lived around here for the last, well, I probably did 30 years around here. I went to school here and everything else, but I actually grew up in a village which is 5 miles outside of Newnabbot, which is where we are now. I lived there and grew up on a small holding with horses and ducks and chickens and all of the wildlife. Right, so all this stuff that you can see on the left originally was all a railway depot, but they built on it now. So, but we are going to go underneath some of it, and to be honest, where the post office depot is actually where all the shunting yards were years ago, but now sadly all gone. Come on, go, go, go. No, you're indicating the wrong way, love. Welcome to England.
Wasted, my heart grows heavy. Don't taste me rushing, keep your words naked. You got me blushing. And you forever I'll follow. You be my holy ground. You forever I'll follow in immortality.
Okay guys, I'll be back. Right, okay, so they've agreed to release it, but they only take cash. So what I have to do now is drive and go and get some cash, because I haven't got enough on me, because it's 25 quid customs fee and I haven't even got a clue what it is. So now I've got to go and find some cash. So I'm going to have to go and find a cash point, which will be, I don't know, one of the superstores down the road. As I say, I don't even know what it is. They won't tell me exactly what it is, apart from it's not what I was thinking it was. It's not the Anovus thing, which I didn't think it would be. So I'm not too sure on what it is. Sorry about the camera. So yeah, right, join me in a minute when I go and get some cash. Well, there we go. This better be worth it. I don't know what it is, but it's a pain. I've just bloody been running around for the last hour and a half trying to sort it out. Right, okay, so engine starts. Okay, let's get out of here, get back up home. We're running really behind now. Oh, come on, let me through. Thank you. So I wanted to be live streaming at 10, so we won't get back to 11, and then I've got to sort out a few bits and pieces, and then hopefully we'll get going. We'll try and do a bit of a live stream this morning. It might be a bit later now guys, so sorry about that. I know my battery's about to go on my camera. Right, okay, so hopefully I'll switch the battery out when we get home. Here we go, that's my morning so far. There we go. Good morning everybody, welcome to Flory Models Live. Here we are Monday morning, and we're definitely not at 10 o'clock, or even 9 o'clock. But we've got this wandering jacket, which is actually hot. We're going to try and do is lift it out of the way. It's very sharp now. We don't want to get under the carrier on the other back like that. Otherwise they're off, so hopefully we can just draw them off and slide them off. So if it does get on the carrier side, i.e. the clear bit, it can come back and bite you, because if it's under there it's really difficult to get out. Okay? Alright, so we're all in, so let's see a minute, we're just going to slowly
Forever I'll follow, you'll be my holy ground. You forever I'll follow in immortality.
But at the same time, it's not all the way to the water. So when you're water, it's slightly wide. I'll go along trying to paint from the centre, and then you come back and you're trying to do this, and it's horrible. You can imagine you have to be looking right at you as well, so everything is completely in line. And amazingly, it's pretty good, I must admit. Okay, and there we go. So, good morning's filming. We've been working on this little guy down here. Coming along very nicely. Still got to add a few more decals. Big thanks to Lewis, because somehow I've managed to lose the instructions for the decaling for the SU27, and he came to the rescue live on it this morning and sent me the link, so we managed to get those printed off, which did save my bacon, otherwise I would have had them completely the wrong way around. Decals have gone on really well, no problems with that at all. Also, we did the wheels. I showed about spraying the hubs, which you can see, or hopefully you can see, have turned out absolutely fantastic and lovely. So this morning, as I say, we're a bit late because of the parcel. Well, as Mel's just pointed out, he said, have you opened it yet? I'm like, no, not yet. So we'll do that now. So as you can see behind me, I have a wall of parcels and stuff. A couple of things I'm just going to point out. I will get in contact with you, but we've had some stuff sent back. I was down there, and obviously we've got various things, and they were like, oh, you might as well take these at the same time. So Maurice, Glenvale, apparently your address doesn't exist, so I need to get in contact with you as well. And we've got this one as well, which is both UK, which is weird, which is Tom Gunlam. Obviously, well, I could show you your address because apparently they're in there, but post office have put question marks and various addresses on this. They don't know where it is either. Anyway, they've been returned back to me, but I'll email you both later on, and we'll try and get these off to you again because they've gone walkabout. So this is the said thing, and it is from Ronald Larkin. Okay, so that's why we got stung on customs, because it's down for $100, that means they do import duty 0, excise duty 0, VAT £15 and 9p on nothing, which is always amazing. And luckily though, the handling fee is only £8. Now, as we all know, if it goes parcel force, it's like 15 quid, so it's a lot more. So anyway, knife. Okay, so we slice in here and get into this. So I must admit, if you are planning on sending me something, try and let me know, because we do get sent quite a bit of stuff, and if I don't know what it is and there's a fee on it, because we've had people send us stuff through the post and they don't pay postage, I tend to ignore it, as horrible as it sounds, but I can't afford to be paying for loads of this stuff. So, oh wow, okay. Right. Okay, dear Phil and Steve, couldn't help but notice, but you're sadly behind the times when it comes to earpiece tech. Frankly, watching you both having to deal with earbud cables dangling from your ears makes my ears hurt. Remember, this technology was perfected in the 1920s and hasn't changed that much ever since. And he's got a little picture. He's put, so as a kind thank you for all your efforts, I'm sending you each a Bluetooth transmitter and a selection of earpieces. Give these a try. The only drawback I can see that it will no longer be possible to make rude remarks about Steve whilst he has put it in the background when he's scrounging for something. With his earbud off. Instructions for pairing everything together, powering up the transmitter, then holding the power button down. I take it you've used this then. Seriously, so the earphones both can be used together if necessary. That's quite handy, because then if I've got somebody in the studio, because that will be the drawback, because everyone could do with the win. Here's hoping this helps free you both up a bit, and welcome to the 21st century, Ron. P.S. Phil, would you mind getting Steve's parts to him? Thank you. That's no problem. Steve has like care packages which get sent up to him. So thank you very much, Ron. This is very nice. So what we've got down here is, let me get this lot out. Hold on. I take it all back when I'm picking it up and I'm going, Jesus God, this better be worth it. I've come all the way down and spent 2 hours flapping around trying to find this, and I thought, you wait, it'll be something really rubbish. So what we have here, well, let me do, that'll be for Steve. and I will get that off to him. He tends to have something almost every week. Okay, so let me have a look, see what we've got. I take it this is how we open it. Cool. Definitely cleverly packaged. Ooh. So, earbuds. A little charger, I assume. Oh God, does this mean I'm going to look like in some inspector? Wow, very posh. So here we have our little earpiece and microphone in one. So I take it is ambidextrous, so you can have it left or right. There we go. So that fits in my huge ears. Look, and then we can place in. Cool, I haven't done much of these since the security days. So there we go. So there we are, completely wireless. Lieutenant Nahura will be absolutely impressed. So we have them, and then we have, obviously I take it this is the device for sending. Hold on, let me do brown bits first. And then, so what we've got in here, this is a headset. Oh wow. Alright. Isn't it lovely we get technology and I haven't got a clue what it is. Alright, so different size ear bud jobbies. What the hell is that? That's the tiniest one you've ever seen. That is uber stupidly small. Well, thank you very much for all of this. So not only will I feel a complete numpty, so I take it then this is the pairing device. So this is what's going to come out of, this is the only trouble, come out of. I'm going to have to get a jack adapter to XLR because all the stuff we use is XLR. And I take it this is our transmitter. So, which it will be. There we go, because I must admit I've got something similar to this for our peering TX, transmit and receive, and the power. Got you. Right, I now know what all this is, and we are good to go. So there we go. This is one of the tiny ones that you poke in your ear. Luckily I've got huge ears, so that'll be alright, it'll work fine, all the rest of it. Thank you very much, Ron. This is very kind of you. This must have actually cost a small fortune, I would have thought. So yes, we will definitely be hooking ourselves up. I might be able to do it by tomorrow, but I doubt if Steve will, but I will get this in the post up to Steve. In fact, if I have a word with Mel, she might be able to get it up to him even by tomorrow's post if he gets it really quickly. If I give it to her now, she should be able to get it up. So there we go. So thank you very much, Ron. I'm impressed. I'll have a fiddle around with it tonight and get this all working and sorted out and all the bits and pieces for it, and hopefully we'll be on tomorrow's show. Now I've just got to figure out is when we have the rest of the guys in the studio what they're going to have, but they can have headsets and be old school where I'll be new school and all the rest of it. So there we go. Thank you very much, Ron, for that. Right, so there we go. Crazy day. Monday's always crazy day, but I'm glad that we got some of this done. I'm going to carry on this afternoon, do a little bit more deckling with it and all the bits and pieces like that, and I'll catch you up for the final thing in tonight's news show. So thanks for that, Ron. That's fantastic. Cheers, mate. So there we go. Really busy day today. Thank you to everybody who joined me for the live stream. Sorry it's the last moment and all the rest of it. And this is the problem when I'm doing live streaming. It is that thing about being able to fit in around me and what we're doing. It's not like I sit here from sort of 9 o'clock till 3. You know, we've got various things to be going on. Obviously, I've got subscriptions, got to answer emails, other things to do with the business and the bits and pieces like that. So it's very hard for me to actually sit down and say, right, we will be streaming every Monday from 9 till whenever. But usually it's going to be around about 10 o'clock as a rule. Hopefully, what I'd certainly like to do is to set in a regime where I am online at a certain time, fixed, and away we go. Because then that way I can plan my week, phone calls, meetings, various bits and pieces like that around that, okay? And that way we can sort of be in a structured environment where we are streaming Mondays between 9 to midday in the morning, things like that. A lot of you have asked about evenings. Can we stream in the evenings live? You can take part in all the rest of it. I do have to have a life. I know, as sad as it sounds, but this is my job. and I'll get it in the next, shall we say, big time from family members if I'm doing this day and night. Okay, so from that point of view, we do obviously the live streaming, obviously the once a week, the various bits and pieces like that. Obviously I'm with Steve Saturday mornings as well, every other Saturday mornings, and it is just that thing about having me as well doing other things. As you know, I like to do, I'm into VR in a big way these days, and my flight simming and things like that, so I need to find a little bit of time for that as well. Selfish as it is, a little bit of me time. Anyway, this is doing absolutely fantastic. I finished this one off after we came off air. I put the last of the decals on, which obviously big thank you for finding the decals on there. We also got the gear, and I've popped the doors on as well. The doors are literally, because obviously the decals went onto them, they're in position, and I will stop right there. I won't do any more to it. So what we're literally going to be doing in the next one is finishing it off. So it'll be unmasking it, doing that canopy reverse dip business we were talking about, and then obviously we're going to do a little bit of post shading, a little bit of weathering, flat coat, various things like that. That'll be next Monday, probably with you, unless I do it before. And this is what I was saying. This week I would like to get everything done. I'd like to get this guy finished off. I'd like to have the Dolphin finished off obviously on Saturday, and then obviously I want to get the tank done, which is just out of shot. It's just here as well. So we want to get all of these done this week. This is my big project I've pushed through to get those all sorted. And that way next week we're in with Gundam. I'm really looking forward to that. I've got something pretty big and special lined up for doing that particular kit, and I want to do that Mitsubishi F1 as well. It's going to be straightforward. The build will be within a couple of hours, it'll be done, and then it's all going to be about the painting and weathering and everything else on that one. Speaking of tracks, oh no we're not, I'm trying to make a segue, we have these guys. So there we go. This is actually those tracks which were set in, or sat in I should say, the burnishing for brass, which actually have now etched to probably what I was after. As stupid as this sounds, and I know it's a big cop-out for me, because a lot of you probably think, yeah, well, he would say that, it's because he used the wrong stuff. You're right, I'm not denying that for 1 minute. I completely used the wrong fluid. The burnishing fluid was wrong. I should have used the track one, but I didn't want them to be rusty. I know it sounds stupid because they are, but I wanted them like this. This is actually got a very light rusted look to it now, and when we say light, it's more metal than rust, and this is what I was after, because by the time we put the track pads in this, they go black, and it gives you a very nice colour between the two. Okay, so if this continues just to lightly etch its way as I think it's going to, I think we're going to be absolutely spot on. So what I'm going to do is re-soak this into more of this brass burnishing fluid, and then I'm going to take it out, let it air dry. I'm not rinsing it to neutralise it, and this is giving me this very nice semi-worn metal look, which, as you can probably see on here, is starting to etch in. It's almost like newly weathered. It's like when you get metal tracks and stuff like that, or metals which have been just sat out in the weather, they're getting that type of look to them. Okay, so actually I am more than happy. Again, happy little accident. That worked a treat. It worked a lot better than I thought it was going to do, actually, to be honest. Anyway, what I'm going to do tomorrow morning is we're going to be painting this guy. So we're going to do the black underside and everywhere on this guy with the black bits. That's all going to be painted and done. We can do the side skirts, get them black on the inside, if that makes sense, looking out. And then what we're going to actually do is Wednesday all day the camo work on this. This is what this one's going to be about. So we're going to go down with the camo route. We're going to get all those painted, done and put in, and then obviously Thursday morning I'm going to go into the weathering effects on this. Again, it's not going to be huge. It's going to have some road grime. I'm going to call it road grime more than anything, because that's really what it is. A little bit of rain effect, a little bit of streaking and stuff like that, but generally it's going to be work our way through that. And then obviously Thursday afternoon and Friday I'll be doing reviews. If not, I'll be finishing that off, and I'm going to be doing a little bit to the Dolphin as well, because obviously I want to push on with that one, so we're all in a good position for Saturday for it being all done. The rotors are done. I've done all the white bits around it and all the rest of it, so that's coming together. So again, I'm going to do a lot of the decaling before we're on air, so the last few decals will go on, then we can put a gloss coat onto it. As I said, I've already done my black work. I know Steve's got to do his yet, and then we can get all the little bits, lumps and bumps on there, hopefully unmasked for the final reveal on that one. So lots to look forward to on that one. Tomorrow afternoon, probably I'm going to say 2 o'clock. I don't know if Steve's hearing this yet, but 2 o'clock with Steve for the actual Q&A live. Okay, so tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Make sure you get your questions up. Steve's already done an area in the forum and everything else like that, so if you post up your questions there, you can see all about that one. Okay, and then we can answer them as we go. So there we go, that's about it for today. As I say, lots of running around, nice little live show with this one, okay, and now all I've got to do is edit it all together so you can see it all again tonight. So there we go, thanks a lot for watching guys, happy modelling, take care, and I'll catch you tomorrow.